Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the basics of guitar.com, advanced guitar lesson 19. Today I'd like to talk about the blues scale, which is one of the most common scale for playing rock music, jazz, and even, different sorts of fusion styles and different genres, but mainly used for blues playing definitely. I consider blues scale as a cousin of minor pentatonic scale. If you add the flattened fifth notes for the minor pentatonic scale, it becomes a blues scale. So blues scale is just one note addition to a minor pentatonic. So for example, if I just show you maybe a most common scale, maybe if I show you from the G minor pentatonic scale. Alright, in G minor pentatonic scale we have G, B flat, C, D, F and G. Now if you flatten the fifth degree, it becomes actually D is the fifth, and then if we flatten the D, then it gives you a D flat. So if you play along with D flat on the minor pentatonic scale, now knowing that these are the notes for the minor pentatonic scale, I add up this D flat note or a C sharp. So if I play this along with the minor pentatonic scale, so we call this the blues note, in our playing, we call blues note. It makes the, scales, or when you incorporate with this note, it makes the melody of your solo playing or your music become very bluesy. This sort of music has been created by using this flattened fifth note, I should say, or fourth augmented note. So this is the most important note, I should say. Alright, so this is a bit of what I would like to say about blues scale, and want to add few more points. Blues scale doesn't have a minor or a major, like we have in pentatonic scale, we have a major pentatonic and a minor pentatonic. But in blues scale, we don't have a minor quality or a major quality. We just simply say a blues scale. So blues scale is just one scale. Just by adding one note, the flattened fifth note, on the minor pentatonic scale, it forms a blues scale. Without delaying, I would like to get into the shapes, how we play for the minor pentatonic scales. I would like to get back to the E minor pentatonic scale. So if we talk about the fifth flattened note, then in E, B is the fifth. So flatten the fifth note, which become a. Alright, if you flatten the B, become a B flat. Alright, so now you add B flat note in your E minor pentatonic scale. So let me play this way. Alright, so this is the E minor blues scale. I'd like to do the exercises or introduce you the shapes, continuing with the E minor shapes which we learn in the E minor pentatonic scales, except addition of that flattened fifth note. Alright, so let's get into the first shape. First shape will be the open shape which we normally play. Let me play for you slowly and then up tempo. So I'll use a metronome in the 120 BPM. First I'll come playing with half note. In the up tempo I'll play with the eighth note. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this is a minor. So this is a blues scale. So I would like to get into playing whole 2 octave, covering all the fretboard areas of this, the first 0 fret to the 3rd fret. Slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so let's include this G note as well and play. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that was the first shape. Let's go to the second shape. First low tempo and then up tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back. Right. Up tempo. Alright, so that was the second shape. Alright, let's play the third shape. I'll play slow tempo. Back. Right, up tempo. Back. So that was the third shape. Alright, let's go to the fourth shape. Fourth shape will be like we play for E minor pentatonic here. So come to the 7th fret here. Slow tempo. Up tempo. So that was the fourth shape. Let's go to the fifth shape. Here. So the E note here. Slow tempo here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Alright, so that was the up tempo. Let's play the sixth shape. Okay, so bring your first finger to the 12th fret. The sixth shape is on the 12th fret here. The most common shape. This chord shape. Slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go back. Play fast, up tempo. this sound must be quite familiar to you. So you must have heard somewhere in in some of the songs, or you might have already come across playing, but maybe you have never realized that this is the blues scale, or you might have never learned as a blues scale. So there was a 6 shape which I introduced. The 7 shape like we normally play, playing all through the fretboard. So let's see how it goes in a slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back. Okay, that was in slow tempo. Let me play up tempo. So you can see, actually this technique is actually all about sliding around the fretboard. So you can use whichever finger you like to use, either third finger to slide around, or even a little finger to slide. Slide back, I always, when I move back, I slide back with the second finger. But when I move up, I slide with the little finger or with the third finger here. Like this. Okay, so that was the 7th shape, covering the whole 6th shape we learned. Alright, so let's get into the exercises. Since all of you are very familiar with this pattern, even in the minor pentatonic and major pentatonic, we have already done this phrasing. So it's just a matter of adding one note. So I'm not going to be playing slow and then speed it up. I'll just play one tempo, show you randomly in the random speed, and I'm sure you already got an idea what we're trying to do. Okay, here it goes. The first exercise will be 2-note phrasing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was the 2-note phrasing, the first exercise. I would like you to play only in 1 octave, like starting from this E. Only this much. I don't want you to add this for this exercise for now. So let's see if we can just play in the 2 octave. So let's play our exercise number 2, which will be the 3-note phrasing. Let me play for you. Alright, so that was a 3-note phrasing. One more time. Alright, so that was a 3-note phrasing. Let me go to the 4th-note phrasing. Back. Alright, so that was a 4-note phrasing. So before I wind up, I would like to give you one more exercise based on the G blues scale. So G blues scale, like we played on the E blues scale here, the 6th shape. So based on this 6th shape, I would like to play in G blues scale. Like earlier we talked about playing the Smoke on the Water, very popular Smoke on the Water, the famous Deep Purple. Alright, so this riff is actually developed from the blues scale, which is the G blues scale. So let me play for you the G blues scale, the sixth shape of the E blues scale. This one. Second octave. Alright, so that was the G blues scale. So if I play this particular note, 1, the second of the blues scale, okay, the third blues scale here, the third note of the blues scale, so which is G, B flat, C. Now let me play the fourth note of the blues scale, which is the fifth Latin. Right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3. You know, the fourth and the three, the fourth and the third, with the rhythm. So that is how the Smoke on the Water riff has been developed. So with the power chord or G, B flat, C, G, B flat, D flat, C. So this is the three chords that he used. So you can play in the other, inversion power chord. So I put a distortion. This is how this riff has been developed from this blues scale, from G blues scale. Alright, so I'd like you to play this shape. It's like actually horizontal shape which we normally run over the fretboards. So it's almost like the 7th shape which we play. But just to make things simpler, if you remember, we talk about playing guitars or using the fretboard and the concept of the keyboards. So I would like you to identify group of notes and play the same thing over the fretboards on different part of the fretboard. So if I play G blues scale, for example, so instead of playing this B flat here, I play here, more or less same thing, just to develop one pattern. So I want to play this. So similarly, repeat the same thing on the next octave. Now that you know that this is the G here, the next octave, play the same thing here. And the same thing here, G here. Play the same thing like how you have played here. So if I show you again, use your third finger to start the riff or to start the phrase. So the first phrase will be with the third finger, root note G, B flat, C, D flat, D. Play the same thing, same pattern, same finger pattern, same notes. Again here, G. So basically for you is finding the G note or the root note of blues scale, G blues scale, with your third finger. Find the root note with the third finger and play the same thing, the same pattern wherever you find the G blues, G root note, I mean. Okay, so if I play here, same thing play here. I play the same pattern. So likewise you can go back. To make things simpler or to connect the notes, to connect these three phrases you played, I would like you to add one more note, which is the F note. So this was our regular pattern. So instead of starting from the root note, maybe you can start from the F note. F is also part of the blues scale, so F is part of the G blues scale, so you can add this note and start off. Right? Like this. And continue the same pattern. once you add this F note, so you will be able to connect the three phrasing continuously. So it will sound, more continuous, and you will be able to play in a flow. So by breaking them down into three groups, you will be able to play the blues scale, with a flow, and you will be able to cover, lots of areas of the fretboard. So in this way, actually, you can, try in all the other shapes, or you can develop your own shapes also. All right. So likewise, you'll be able to play for all these shapes, for all the minor shapes. So this was for B blues. So for B blues scale, you just have to pick the third. Just use your third finger and place anywhere. Like if you want to play for C blues scale, then you do the same thing. You can do all the sliding stuff also. So you'll be able to do lots of stuff. You can play in rock. The C blues. Alright, so I want you to learn these shapes, all the 7 shapes which we played, and the extra one shape which I introduced in the G blues scale. Learn them properly, and then we'll get into playing with the techniques applied, the articulations, and all these things will be applied on this scale. And let's look forward to play those stuffs very soon. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye.